Hello, distinguished friends and colleagues. My name is Stuart. I'm the Pro-Life Activities Coordinator for the Archdiocese of Louisville, serving under Deacon Stephen Bowling. And it will be my pleasure to highlight for you all of the activities in the Archdiocese which defend, promotes, and celebrates the dignity of human life in all of its stages, from conception to natural death, and in all of its various circumstances. As you can imagine, the church does an awful lot that fits that description, so my work really is cut out for me. To that end, I'm starting this YouTube segment that I am right now calling 5 Minutes for Life. My hope is to take 5 minutes or so to highlight one ministry or one activity or just one concern that impacts the pro-life movement in the Archdiocese. It is a way for me to informally address my audience, as you can tell, with the lighting and the video quality and the audio quality, and just get news to you in a very timely fashion. Now, if this segment really takes off, we'll up the quality and I'll take the show on the road and we'll actually show you some of the ministry that's being done so you can see it for yourself. For this episode, however, I just want to tell you a little bit about myself, how I got involved in pro-life work, and what you can expect from me for the short term. Now, as I said, my name is Stuart Hamilton, and for the last 13 years, I've been working as the head of the theology department and teacher and campus minister at Bethlehem High School here in beautiful Bardstown, Kentucky, where I'm recording this right now. I'm still a teacher, I'm still campus minister, so my position with the Archdiocese is part-time. So to that end, I am helping Deacon Stephen Bowling in promoting specifically pro-life activities. Well, how did I get involved in pro-life work? I've been involved in pro-life work off and on for about 20 years, where in my 20s I got involved in a pro-life ministry in my church, and the lady that was running that ministry, Jan Antos, did such a terrific job of getting us involved. We volunteered for the elderly as well as pregnancy resource centers, and of course prayer at the abortion center downtown. Well, after I got out of college, I worked for various places, always with this idea that I wanted to help people. I took 2 years and worked for a wonderful organization called Dreams with Wings. We helped people with developmental disabilities, and if you live in the Louisville area, I strongly recommend you check out Dreams with Wings. But there I deepened my respect for the dignity of human life. But my pro-life ministry didn't really take off until my wife and I, Sarah, had our first child, the first of 5 boys that I now have. When we had our first child, I decided that it was time to settle down and pursue a career, and I decided to pursue a career in teaching, and so that's when I started working here. And my first year here, one of my students, a young man, Tony Cecil, now Father Tony, came to me and said, "Would you sponsor a pro-life club?" And with my previous experiences, I said, "Yeah, sure." Little did I know how transformative that yes would be to my life. I have practically followed the youth into all of these pro-life activities. For 13 years, for example, I've been going to the March for Life and the Pilgrimage for Life in Washington, D.C. I have followed the youth as they volunteered at the Room at the Inn program here in town, and the Bread for Life food pantry, and as well as the St. Vincent de Paul mission store. I followed them as they went up to Louisville and they worked with the Little Way Pregnancy Resource Center and the Lifehouse Maternity Home, as well as various ministries run by Catholic Charities. And of course, my youth have made the stalwart commitment that every month they will go down to the abortion center and pray for those unborn babies who are losing their lives, as well as for the unfortunate young women who are going in and making this choice that's going to be so impactful for them. With all of these experiences and many, many more, I've learned one thing. Even though the pro-life movement is multi-generational, this generation coming up is the pro-life generation. They understand the breadth of pro-life work that needs to be done in order to truly create a culture of life in America. And they're willing to roll up their sleeves and do that work. And so I've learned so much from them. Now, what are my short-term goals? I'm still in training. I'm going to be in training for a few months. But in the short term, I'm going to do these things. First, I'm going to make sure that we get this monthly e-newsletter out. And if you're watching me right now, it's because this was attached to the e-newsletter. Please check that out because it's going to highlight all of the activities that are going on in Archdiocese. For example, coming up is the 40 Days for Life and the Helpers of God's Precious Infants Masses. Please look at those activities and get hooked in wherever you feel like you could best serve the Archdiocese and the ministries that are available. Secondly, I'm going to try to repay the youth. I am working to put together the Pilgrimage for Life this year. We had to take a year off last year due to COVID, but I'm getting the program up and running again. So I'm going to say to you, if you're out there and you're working with youth and you'd like to attend, please email me so I can put you on my email and get you updates for everything happening with the Pilgrimage for Life. Well, my 5 minutes are up, so I want to remind you, if you like what I'm doing here, please hit like, please subscribe, and share this video with everyone that you know. If there are any activities that you can think of that you think I should promote, please shoot me an email. And always remember this: life is worth fighting for because life is good. And life is good because God respects every human life and loves every human life. Thank you and God bless. And we'll see you here next month.